Hello and welcome to a sketchbook tour. Today I have 3 mini sketchbooks. I've been wanting to get back into drawing at least every day, so I wanted to start with a mini sketchbook challenge for myself. So I grabbed some of the smallest ones I have from my unused sketchbook pile, and I gave myself a week-long challenge to do it. So this sketchbook took me from June 2nd to June 9th of 2025. Yes, I know we're in 2026 right now, but these are my most recent finished sketchbooks, and I just felt like kind of showing them off because I feel kind of proud to challenge myself to draw every day and actually start doing it. So I did this design actually on this really thin paper, so I had to like cut out some watercolor paper and put it on top. So it's the same design underneath, it's just on a thicker paper so I could watercolor it. I started with some food drawings just because food tends to be like kind of one of my go-to things to draw: food, flowers, and cats. Most of this challenge was me just trying to think of things to draw that were simple, working on some of my line work. You know, it's sometimes challenging trying to get into it. I really like this one. It kind of made me want to use my colored pencils some more. Some tulips. Also, I started experimenting a lot with drawing in colored pencil or colored pencil. So this is kind of a self-portrait of me and my boyfriend there. I tried some watercolor again in this book, and this paper is just too thin for it, so it really could not take a lot of water. But, you know, I had it, we're using it, we're trying our best. Some more lines. Oh, this one is actually, I got a sandwich from Starbucks, and then as soon as I got out of the car, I dropped it on the ground, so I just annotated that I dropped my sandwich on the ground that day. I did some eye portraits of my kitty cats. Again, with that blue colored pencil, really just trying to feel it out. This is just like a live drawing from some country road from where I am. Ooh, I really liked this one. I thought this one turned out really cute, like the line work and the filigree. Not using a ton of color yet, but I've been working in a bigger sketchbook where I'm experimenting more with color, which I'll show off a little later. Again, with that colored pencil, just trying to get some color on the page because it really does help make it pop. Another kitty cat self-portrait of my cat Leo. I can't remember, these were some song lyrics and not a very good portrait there. I think I had to practice it again because I was like, why is that so bad? Oh my god. So I redid some faces. Some side profiles, which is really hard for me sometimes. A watermelon. Trying out some different fun textures with a pen. Getting some more pen line work. Really into like citrus fruit, it seems like. Oh, this is probably like the start of my iris phase. I've then started just doodling irises and flowers a lot. I loved how these turned out, even though it's not a full solid black, but I like the texture that it created. I just thought these were super fun to do. A little test page there. So that was my first week challenge, and I had so much fun doing this one that I decided to do it again. So this one I tried to do another week-long challenge because I had 2 of these little tiny sketchbooks. I think this one actually took me a little longer than a week to complete. Yeah, June 12th to June 24th, 2025. But that's okay. I still did my original challenge. I'm really into the colored pencils in these because I think this paper just didn't work with the watercolor, and I really like working with watercolor and gouache, but this paper was not it. Trying different flowers. Most of these were just trying to get me to draw every day. Like that was just the main goal. Like get something on the paper, draw. This I think is like a slight wash, but it still wrinkled the paper. But I try to be really light with it. I can't. I think these were inspired by some Felicia Chow line work. You know. More Felicia Chow inspired work. Sweet. Ghost peppers. I thought that was kind of funny and adorable. Or a bell pepper. Ha, hee hee. Oh, this was alphabet soup, and I thought this would be such a cool idea to do and write out some crazy things inside of it, but holy goodness, doing those letters, it was just too tedious for me, and I was like, nope, never mind. I'm not gonna finish that. Some body studies. I really like thighs. Thighs are always fun. Croissant. I like this one. My little caprese salad. Cherries. Again, more ink and colored pencil. I'm really proud of myself for really just sticking with it because I am so bad at being consistent. I always say I'm going to, but then I don't, and I just never finish things. These little ones were really such an easy, more bite-sized way to do it. I could take my sketchbooks to work with me or, carry them around, so they were so much easier to work with. So that was my second one. Again, had so much fun doing the little ones. I was like, okay, let's upgrade to a slightly bigger one from my sketchbook pile. This one's actually kind of interesting because I actually did half of the sketchbook already. I know we all have half-finished sketchbooks. And this one I started in 2015. So again, finishing all these in 2025. So a whole 10 years later, I've decided to finish this sketchbook. So this cover was done in 2015. A long time ago. I really enjoyed seeing this one again because, swatch pages, because it kind of brought me back to, God, I didn't even start their first drawing in this until 2020. So I drew the cover in 2015 and then was like, oh, I should probably use this sketchbook a whole 5 years later. And then another 5 years later, I finally finished it. So of course I did. But it was cool seeing some of my older work and kind of seeing like my skill set then versus now and kind of how it evolved. Some quotes for some art. I was really inspired Felicia Chow, I think, at that moment too. So still am, still like her work a lot. This paper is so thin, as you can see, it's ghosting through that I could really only work on one side. And I think these are using Tombow markers. So it 100% bled through so hard. My friend's cat. Some simple Adventure Time inspired doodles. I thought this one was cool, my little space owl. I think this was the last one. Oh no, this was the last page from the 2020. And then this is where I pick up in 2025 to finish the sketchbook. So another 5 years later. Again, trying out those Tombow markers is what I use primarily for color in this sketchbook. It bleeds through a lot, so don't really recommend for any harder mediums. Really should just stick with colored pencil. This was an outfit. I was just kind of mocking up an outfit that I was doing for my friend's bachelorette party. The theme was like mermaids. So this was kind of my outfit that I just drew out. I really liked how this turned out. I was thinking about doing some mini framed foods, so I was kind of sketching out some ideas for that there. Oh God, I hate that. It looked so bad. I was trying to do something and it did not work at all. A banana? I think I default to food and simple foods when I don't know what to draw, or just things that were sitting in front of me at the time. That was doing sketches of flowers from memory without using a reference. Obviously those did not turn out very good. Little iris that I drew on a scrap piece of paper. I just taped that in. This was another artist's painting that I saw and I just really liked it, so I just sketched it out. I really liked these. I really enjoyed this motif a lot, the zoomed in of an iris. something about irises that just really speak to me. My friend here was like, oh, we should draw something Christmas themed. So around Christmas time, I drew a cranberry cocktail. And I think this was getting towards the end, yeah. So the last two, I did trying out some different techniques with fur on cats and cute little border. Same here with that circle motif that I've been really enjoying in this sketchbook. But yeah, I finished 3 sketchbooks in a year, haha. 3 whole sketchbooks in 1 year, which is a lot for me coming from someone who keeps saying that they'll draw more and then never draws more. But I really am proud of myself for finishing these, and I'm hoping to like really lock in and do some more sketchbooks. So I'm working on right now is my big chunky sketchbook, which is over here. All my stickers. This is probably gonna be my next sketchbook tour, so stay tuned for that. This one's already taken me 2 years to complete. I'm almost done. I probably have that much more to go. So I'm looking forward to it. I've been working really hard in the last few days in it, and you can already see kind of like the improvement from the beginning to the end. So thank you for watching my sketchbook tour, or my very first sketchbook tour on YouTube. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, or if you want to see more. Thank you.